Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hello, foodie booties. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and I am back again to finish catching up on Shantel Marie, Shantel Show, The Daily Shantel, The Beezer Show, Everyday Miriam, Shantel Al-Rafe, Shantel Period, Flobby Bobby, Foodie Dookie, Foodie Cutie, Shantel, Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty. We're here to catch up with her. If you didn't know, on Friday, I think it was, I posted a reaction to a live stream she did where she was coming on to ask for advice for a friend. And basically, the friend had found some messages on the WhatsApp from some woman with maybe big old boobies and her profile picture messaging her friend's partner or something like that. And first of all, I did end up discovering that you can in fact see people's profile pictures and WhatsApp notifications on the lock screen. I just really only use that app to literally interact with a group of my friends in real life. So, my apologies, but it does seem like that was maybe something that was possible for her to see through the lock screen. And then the second thing I just wanted to say is so many people commented that the way you know it's fake is because when has Shantel ever shown any kind of interest in helping another person, interest in helping a friend? Some of you even went as far to say who really believes that Shantel has actual genuine friends? And I think that's all very fair and valid, and I appreciate that because I don't think that's something that I said enough of, but I would be inclined to agree with. Shantel has never been the queen of empathy. She probably has less of an empathy bone, in my opinion, a sympathy bone, than old Amber Lynn Reed does, So, imagining her having any kind of care and concern for another human being is fascinating. But anyways, when I did that reaction on Friday, I said I would come back because that was the live stream. And then the very next day, she did a follow-up video called Updates on My Friend and My Cat, which I think the cat part is about the part where people are wanting her to get fixed. And she's talking about how the cat got some kind of vaccination shot or things like that. We'll potentially listen to that, but I am mostly here today just to get the full tea on whatever the situation with her friend is. I mean, like I said in my last video, even if it really is a friend, you can tell she's really taking it personally because it's something that Sala has also done to her. And it's clear that she feels some type of way because of Sala and his infidelity in the past. But she's also so willing to make so many excuses for this man. And her and Sala honestly just deserve each other. That's my full feelings about that. I was going to say something else. Oh, she has also still been posting other content since this. At this point, this particular video is 5 days old. So thanks so much for watching this stale, old, crusty-ass tea with me. I know that you're probably mostly just here for the lulz, for the shits and the giggles, for the laughs. You come here for the laughs, Nicole Kidman. And also look who joined, freshly groomed Potato. A little post of doodle-doo over here. Just got back from the groomer right before we sat down to film, and I'm so thrilled he wants to sit in the chair with us today. So I think that's all I got to say. Let me stop fucking yapping and let's get to, shall we?
He knew it was nothing, but at the same time, for her it would be everything. So he didn't want to tell her about something so innocent. He says not because it's something bad.
Okay, first of all, I'm so sick of YouTubers doing the coming up in this video part, especially if I know I'm gonna watch the whole thing anyways. I don't need you to tease out something. I don't want to hear this little bit out of context. Just let's get into the video.
It's because she's gonna blow it out of proportion and think it's bad.
Whatever.
Hello, foodie beauties.
Well, hello there.
Oh yeah, and then the cameo.
You know you can request a private video from me.
Then the cameo. That you can keep. Let's keep it moving. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about the cameo commercial today. I'm sorry. I got shit to do. I gotta pack. I gotta do all kinds of stuff before I leave for my trip. Oh, by the way, I'm going on another trip. It was my last impulsive post-breakup decision-making thing that I did. But I'm going on a trip this week, and so I gotta get some shit done. So, speed it up, Shantel!
Welcome back to another video. So,
Hi.
Today's video is going to be an update video. I'm going to update you on my cat, Julia.
I love that an update video is like a genre of video. You know, I don't feel like that's what she's really trying to say. She's really just trying to say, like, that she's giving us an update about some things that people in her audience probably care about. But, you know, like, honestly, it kind of feels like that's what Amber Lynn's channel has become. It's an update channel. She tunes in clocks in every few days and it's like, here's an update about my life. She's an update channel, not a weight loss channel, not a mukbang channel. She's an update channel.
And I'm also going to update you on my friend whom
let's get to that
situation, in a live stream. For those of you who aren't aware, she gave me full permission to ask my audience.
I just also am like, if I'm a friend, and maybe I already said this in the last video, but if I'm a friend of Chantal's and I know about her life and her life on the internet, ain't no way I'm gonna say, hey, you hear this like very personal thing I'm experiencing in my life? Like, will you take this to your crazy ass audience and ask them for their opinions on it? Like, ain't no way if I'm I wouldn't, maybe the difference here is I would never be Chantal's friend, so maybe that's the disconnect for me, but I can't imagine ever doing that. I really can't. And that's also why I'm like, probably not real.
Their opinion.
And by not real, I mean, it's not real that it's a friend. I do believe it could be Chantal asking for a friend.
And on a situation involving her and her boyfriend and suspected infidelity. And yeah, you can check out that live if you want. Otherwise, I'll just update you guys on that. And then
you know what? I do think I'll leave the stuff about Julia in here, if only because I could really see her just like wanting people to focus on the infidelity little storyline situation type of deal and not focus on her not taking care of her cat. So I'm gonna leave all that shit in there for y'all. I might not have a lot to say about it, but I'm gonna leave it in there for y'all to have something to say about it. How about that? Maybe my reaction is just being here and witnessing it with you all.
I'm going to be done with it because, you know, she doesn't want me to talk about it anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Her boyfriend doesn't want me to talk about it anymore.
Oh, now all of a sudden she doesn't want you to talk about it anymore? Now all of a sudden her boyfriend doesn't want you to talk about it? Yeah, it sounds like you're backtracking a little bit now. It sounds like you're backtracking a little bit now because people are pointing out that it sounds like this could easily be about old Sala.
I don't want to talk about it anymore either. I just want to move on, respect her privacy.
Oh, yeah.
So
you want to respect her privacy, and that's why you're making a YouTube video about it, yeah? Because also fully remember that she also posted an update on her community tab post about it as well, and she said everything was resolved between her friend and her friend's boyfriend. So why would we need an update outside of that, you know? Why would we need an additional update, Chantal? Make it make sense.
Julia. So, Julia had her second set of vaccines today. And we took her to get that done. She actually finished her heat pretty early this morning. Early. I don't know why I'm saying it like that.
What was that? Early. Okay, mask for mask. Hey, hello, girl.
She finished early this morning. And
I don't need to see her get the shot. I mean, I guess I understand why she's including this, but that feels like a lot. Oh my God. I could have used a little bit of a trigger warning for that.
Schedule. She was due today, November 6th, for her second rounds of vaccines. And then we had to wait. We have to wait about a minimum of 8 days. So we just have to call like 2 days ahead of time to schedule. So we will do that in a few days. And then after the 8 days is up, she'll be fine to be spayed finally. And she'll have to spend 2 days at the animal hospital where she will be having the procedure done. So I trust she's in good hands. You people don't have to worry anymore about her. You people don't have to worry about her anymore. I mean, unfortunately, with your track record of taking care of animals, or maybe better said, not taking care of animals, something tells me that you people, are not going to stop caring about her care for the animals. Whatever. The fake outrages, whatever. She's fine. She's gonna be fine. The fake outrage, girl. Well, if you could be a little bit more consistent with your stories about her, then maybe the fake outrage wouldn't be there, Shantel. So, and that's the update on that. That's the last I'm gonna say about it. And something tells me that's not going to be the last she has to say about her cat. Something tells me, because also, like, people are going to want receipts of, like, her actually getting spayed. You know people are going to want to see the actual proof. So you know your ass is going to come out and talk about it again. I mean, that's just par for the course with Shantel. Anytime she says, I'm never going to talk about it again, if you're a betting person, absolutely bet on her talking about whatever it is again in the future. Moving on to my friend. Yeah, let's hear this part. So it's very important to say that my friend and I are very similar in a lot of ways. We have a lot of similar situations, and because y'all the fucking same. Because y'all are the absolute fucking same. Because your friend is you. I mean, that's all speculation, and y'all know I'm not about the speculation, but I really am here on the same page as y'all. I don't think the friend is real. I think she's talking about her own personal experience. That's how we ended up bonding over the last year. And I know people think I don't have friends. I do have friends. I don't ever talk about them online. I don't ever talk about them online unless they just so happen to be experiencing infidelity with their partner, and then they give me permission to talk about them online. Cool. That seems like, honestly, truly, if your game plan as a content creator is like, I'm not going to talk about like the friends of mine or the people in my personal life on the internet, kind of seems crazy that the one time you would decide to talk about them is when they're experiencing infidelity. Like a time where they probably want as much privacy as possible. Cool. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, Shantel. The most recent one I hung out with, she wanted me to post a picture of us. Oh, yeah, that one too. You know, she hates people saying, she hates seeing people say, you know, oh, she's not meeting anyone. She doesn't have any friends. Well, that kind of thing. So she's like, you know what? I want you to post this. So I did. But, of course, with her face blurred out, because people are nuts. Like, do you blame me? Do you think I'm going to come on here and be like, oh, yeah, I talked to this friend. They would be doxxed instantly. I do not blame you at all for that. What I do blame you for is choosing to come on and talk about one of them when they're experiencing infidelity and act like it's somebody that's not you. That's what I do blame you for. Like, what they did with my new friend, they literally picked apart everything she was wearing and tried to match where she got it from. Like, all right, I'm sorry. I do absolutely agree people on the internet are crazy for no fucking reason. For no fucking reason. And also, I feel like that, what does this have to do with the friend that was allegedly cheated on? You know, like, you already said that was not the same person as the person that we're talking about in this story. So, like, what does it matter? Outside of you trying to prove that you really do have friends and you really want us to believe that this friend is real and you're not just telling your own personal story. Like, let's keep it moving. sorry, but and they did this on the farms. I'm like, I'm sorry, but why are you picking on someone for shopping at like Temu, Shein, wherever you suspect they shop from? When, let's face it, you're not shopping at Versace. Successful people don't sit on kiwi farms all day and pick apart other people, okay? It doesn't happen. Anyway, moving on from
Again, yeah, what does that also have to do with your friend that got cheated on? What does that have to do? And also, you buy stuff from Temu and Shein, and it looks like shit, Shantel, so... Let's be serious. Let's be serious. But also, I don't care what her friend was wearing. I do love when Shantel does a little fashion haul and tries to pass off this clothing as fashion because it looks awful almost all of the time. There was, I think in that last Temu haul I reacted to, I think there was one thing that I said, oh, that's cute. I think. But a lot of it, questionable, for sure.
I digress. So, basically, this person I was talking to, so, anyway, she ended up, the dust settled. They made up, and basically, they talked, and she got more information out of him, of course. So, here's the thing. Your mentality whenever you've...
But also, why didn't he give that information to begin with? That was the whole issue here. It was that he was unwilling to disclose what was really going on with the situation, which for me would be a deal breaker.
Had an incident of infidelity in your relationship. Her boyfriend was, he never cheated in person, but he was... Sala. Talking to someone online or something like that.
Sala was trying to take a dookie on Kybella, wanted to take a dookie, made little animal noises for her, woof woof. Yes, we're familiar. We're familiar with Sala's infidelity.
Anyway, so when that happens to you in a relationship, any situation that you encounter involving any female, the immediate response is to be defensive and to be suspicious and to think the worst. So she told me that,
Well, yeah, that's the problem when you stick with a cheater. I mean, listen, there are so many people that work through infidelity in their relationships, work through having a partner that cheated on them. It's possible, but it requires, from my understanding, from my perspective, lots of work on behalf of both people in the relationship, right? So, you need to be able to sit down and, have clear expectations about how you're going to communicate moving forward. You have to have clear boundaries about who you're communicating with and why. And none of that's going to work if, the second that somebody feels insecure about the relationship, the other person shuts down and says, stop being a detective over what I'm doing. I mean, obviously, I respect that people want privacy and stuff like that. And also, those are the boundaries you need to set up before you even get to that point, right? You need to have conversations about what we expect or how we handle situations where we're feeling insecure about trust and stuff in the relationship. And that's something I feel like Shantel obviously probably incapable of doing.
Her boyfriend found out about her coming online and confiding in strangers on the internet, which is, I told her, we appreciate the Beezers, we appreciate the audience for giving their side. Sometimes it's nice to just see if other people, have gone through similar things. Lots of opinions sometimes helps, but it's never a good idea to bring your personal life to the internet, especially for relationships. And so I told her that's, I wouldn't do that anymore.
Can you imagine Shantel giving anybody advice about not bringing your personal life to the internet? Which, mind you, if I recall correctly, after Poopgate with Sala happened, a year ago or whenever that was, she came back, when she came back to the internet when she was back in Kuwait, she was like, I'm no longer sharing my personal life. I'm no longer sharing anything about my husband, blah, 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 blah. My relationship will be all offline. Mind you, literally, that did not last very long. And, literally, last night they were on the couples channel doing a live stream together. So it's just like, you know, the idea that she's out here telling her alleged friend to, like, keep her personal life off the internet when, like, her alleged friend wasn't even the one coming onto the internet. Like, how did this person know? I don't know. Like, so many questions. Just a lot of stuff that doesn't make a lick of damn sense and is really funny to me. Like, can't imagine taking any kind of... Just the same way I can't imagine being a friend of Chantal's, like, in real life and being like, hey, could you go to your audience and ask them about like what I should do in my relationship. I also can't imagine a world where like I would genuinely take any kind of like internet or relationship advice from Shantel. Like I would have literally learned from Chantal's mistakes a long time ago and never brought it to the internet to begin with. You know, you feel me?
You know, and so after the dust settled, basically she said, you know, the boyfriend was mad that, she, you know, he didn't get to voice his his side. His side. So I'm going to do that a bit here.
Not this. Is she gonna come on? I mean, I guess I'm not surprised that she'd come on and defend a cheating man. I'm not surprised that she would come on here and be like, well, let me tell his side of the story. You know that Sala's probably just in the other room. Why don't you just let him come on and tell his side of the story?
For him and for her, at her request also. Basically, he was very taken aback by her outrage. Like they were talking 1 minute about plans, they were joking, laughing, and the next minute she was like angry, like almost like throwing things and just screaming and not giving him a chance.
This message says when she saw the message from the unknown female on his lock screen. Okay, is she not allowed to be angry about that though? Is she not allowed to be upset about, listen, some shit I'm not going to sit here and play around with is this man trying to push off any of his partner's feelings based on the stuff that he did. Because he could have just shared what happened, what it was about. He could have just showed her. Like, she's allowed to be upset. I mean, she's not allowed to be, like, physical or things like that. I mean, like, it sounds like Chantal's claiming that she was throwing stuff. And also, what kind of fucking girl's girl are you, Chantal? What kind of girl's girl are you that you're gonna come and put out your friend's business like this? This is fucking weird.
He became immediately defensive because she's a very, very suspicious and paranoid person.
Well, yeah, because you said he's cheated on her before. Of course she's gonna be paranoid and suspicious.
And he feels suffocated by that sometimes because she doesn't, you know, the trust is...
And also, can I just say, sorry, I keep pausing, but can I also just say, it doesn't make no damn sense to me that allegedly the friend and the boyfriend both said, I don't want you to talk about our situation on the internet anymore, but you're allowed to come on here and talk about your alleged friend, like, being angry and paranoid and things like that. Like, what? This is weird. This is weird.com.
It's being rebuilt, let's just say. And, you know, I get that too. I get that feeling where you're like always, you know, wondering and always tracking and stuff like that. So his response was immediately defensive. Like, I'm not showing you anything. You don't like, you don't deserve to see it. The way you're screaming at me, and you know, I don't want to feel like I'm in jail and blah, blah, blah. So, why would her confronting him about this make him feel like he was in jail? What? That was the initial. Another thing is also
I'm sorry, I don't trust this man, whether it's Sala or not. I don't trust this man.
Was worried to show her the conversation, because he didn't think that she would understand the situation because she has overreacted before, And that, I said that's, you have to understand that that's a normal response, and you have to have patience with situations like this, especially if there was a breach of trust in the past. So, I think he finally understands that, And
I'm also just like, were these alleged friends looking to her to mediate this between them? Like, Shantel is the last person that has any level of emotional maturity to be able to care for other people. Like, y'all hit the nail on the fucking head when y'all said that the biggest indicator that this was just about her is because she has never been a person on the internet to show any kind of, like, interest or care or concern over other people in her life. Like, she doesn't give a shit. She does not give a shit about the people in her life except for herself. Her number one concern is her. So, like, you really, Shantel, want me to believe that you're sitting here and having these reasonable conversations with them about the conflict in the relationship? I just don't buy it.
It's a lot to understand that, just so in case you were wondering. His stance on it.
We know that was his stance on it because we're talking about you and Zala. Please be serious.
Well, it turned out that finally he, she just said, like, if you want to really regain my trust, give me those passwords, give me, So he did.
And as much as I'm saying, like, if you're trying to make a relationship work post-infidelity, then you need to, like, have open and honest and clear communication with one another. As much as I'm saying all of that, I also really, truly feel that if you're at the point in a relationship where you also need to have access to somebody else's phone, I know this sounds contradictory, right? But, like, for me, if I was at a point in a relationship with somebody where it's like, I need access to your phone, I need your passcode, the passwords to all your accounts, etc., like, that is no longer a healthy relationship that I want to be a part of, just to be clear. So it's like, I feel like that's kind of, like, contradictory to me saying, like, oh, if you're going to work out, then you need to have open communication. And maybe that is true for somebody, but I just like, not, like, if we got to this part where I'm like, hand over your phone and give me all of your passwords, like, I know I've already lost the plot because I have committed to a relationship with a person where I'm, like, never going to be able to trust them again. So all of this is just so phony baloney, and also Shantel probably really does have all of Sal's passwords. I truly believe it. I truly do.
Her the phone password, he gave her Instagram password, TikTok, all that. But that's, that's not a fail-proof thing.
True, you probably learned that the hard way.
About lack of trust, There's always, if somebody really wants to cheat or really wants to be, not faithful, there's always a way.
If somebody really wants to take a doo-doo on somebody else, they'll find a way. Love finds a way.
But at least it's a step, and the most important thing in my mind was that he proved that who this woman was in the end. And, well, he did delete the conversation.
Sus.
And
Sus.
The conversation.
He deleted the conversation? Miss Ma'am, why would he delete the conversation if there wasn't something to be concerned about? Please be serious. She is delusional.
He was able to find a picture of her and her husband. Apparently this woman is married. So she's an adulterer as well. Okay, all right. What does a picture of her and her husband prove anything? Like, how does that prove anything that they weren't doing something? And apparently, he was also defending, like, that she wasn't showing her cleavage. This woman was wearing, like, a more tight-fitting, snug-fitting t-shirt. It wasn't, like, super modest, but it wasn't super revealing. I think my friend was just initially like, oh my gosh, she's a prostitute or something. Like, I don't know where
that's exactly some shit that Shantel would say. In fact, I'm pretty sure she said that exact language about Kybella back when that cheating scandal happened. I'm pretty sure she called Kybella a prostitute, a whore, this, that, the other. So, yeah. checks out that this is, again, just Shantel telling a story about herself.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. Like, well, she said something meaner, but, you know, that was the initial, like, she was some kind of sex worker or something, and nothing wrong with that if that's what you are. I'm just saying that's what, you know, the initial...
Nothing wrong with that if that's who you are, unless you're Kai Bella and my husband wants to take a poo on you. Like, just so you know.
Thought was, I don't know. Apparently this woman...
The way that her, like, the pauses and the way that her eyes are darting around, it's just like, I totally get why nobody believes her, on top of all the other stuff.
Her husband were former customers of her boyfriend. This boyfriend has had the same WhatsApp number for over 8 years. It's a business number, and he's worked in sales for a long time.
Sounds like Sala.
And he has a lot of customers that would reach out to him and buy stuff from him. So, yeah, I guess, you know, males and females. He even showed her, like, another female customer that she didn't really know about, but it was, like, an older woman. And, so this woman...
I'm sorry, he deleted the conversation with her, so you have no idea what he could have been talking about to Miss Ma'am. You have no idea. Like, it's not... I'm sorry, none of that is enough proof for me. None of that's enough proof for me.
Was married, and he proved that. He proved, like, her name on the WhatsApp. He matched it up to some sales records he had.
That,
you know, thank goodness.
That doesn't mean that he didn't do something. That doesn't mean that he wasn't flirting. Like, what the fuck?
Yes, that saved the day.
Just because he once did business with her and she happens to have a husband, this cheater happens to have a girlfriend. And what? Like, please.
And it's just all fell into place once, like I said, the dust settled and she wasn't as paranoid, and she started to, like, actually listen, because, like, she wasn't listening. She was just, like, attacking.
It sounds like Shantel.
And he became very defensive about that. But I said, you know, it's still sus a little bit. Like, what made it sus was the deleting everything at first, you know?
Absolutely.
And
I'd like to know why that is not sus anymore.
So, I don't know. But his defense to that was that she wouldn't have understood. She would have, you know, just thought the worst anyways. So
he said, I have definitive proof that my conversations with this woman have only been about business, but she wouldn't understand that, so I had to delete that. Be fucking serious!
I guess, you know, if you see a woman messaging your man on WhatsApp and saying, hi, how are you, or whatever, you know, you're gonna think the worst. And, you know, any explanation is going to seem like an excuse if you don't trust, right? So, to save the headache, he deleted it, but then he ended up explaining and showing her that
that's bullshit.
Was needed.
That's
once
bullshit.
Everyone calmed down and they were not...
all of that's bullshit, and I don't buy the proof. I mean, we're not seeing anything. We're just hearing the story secondhand, third-hand from Shantel. So, like... It's all bullshit. The whole story's bullshit. Chantal's bullshit. Shantel making this story up, even though it's about her, is bullshit. It's all bullshit. Can I say bullshit one more time? It's fucking bullshit.
He's angry anymore. So that's the update on that. Things are okay with them now. And
I guess
they don't want me to talk about it anymore online because they're worried about...
They said, don't talk about this anymore online, but you're welcome to make a 17-minute video about it just to wrap things up.
Being doxxed, even if nobody knows their names. Who knows? People find things out very easily online. People with a lot of time and nothing better to do and a lot of hate in their hearts. So
I also am just like, at this point, Shantel, you know how the internet works in particular regards to you, and that's not to say that you deserve to be doxxed or anybody deserves to be doxxed, but like you can certainly always take precautions. And I'm just like, yeah, like, girl, Yeah, like, please be serious. You didn't warn your friend before you agreed to talk about her infidelity or her husband's or her partner's infidelity on the internet? You didn't warn her that was a thing that could happen?
That's the story on that, believe it or not. That's what happened.
I don't. I believe that it might have happened, but it happened to you, not some alleged friend. That's my speculation, allegedly.
So they're giving it, they've made up. It's fine. But she wants to thank everyone for listening. It means a lot to her. And
you're quite welcome, friend.
She said her boyfriend, assured her he would never hurt her. Other than the one incident, he's never cheated in person. It's just, like I said, a quick, online thing. Wasn't emotional, but, it still was an infidelity. I'm not excusing it. It still was hurtful. And, it was...
We bonded over this. You and yourself bonded over this?
Somebody she knew, too. And you just be careful. Ladies, you never know.
Girl, you be careful. The call's coming from inside the house, girl.
Who you can trust in life, I'm telling you.
And it's not your man.
Some people are snakes. So
the snake in question's name is Sala. Please be serious.
But that's okay. You can always take out the trash.
Yet yours is still right there with you, living under the same roof, girl.
Lint all over me. I hate wearing this kind of black. This is the Canada shirt. It's actually kind of cold in here right now. So anyway, that's the story with that. There's nothing really more left to say. Letting her work that out with her boyfriend or whatever. And I guess it makes sense, that
Girl, what else is there left to say? What else is there left to say about this woman and her relationship?
A variety of people messaging on a business number, but I think maybe, he should have been forthcoming with her.
Absolutely.
He has female clients, customers, and he withheld that from her because he knew it was nothing, but at the same time, for her, it would be everything. So he didn't want to tell her about something so innocent.
Y'all's communication is broken. That is not a healthy relationship. I'm sorry, it's not. Go to therapy.com, girl.
And he says not because...
Go to couplestherapy.com, girl, I should say.
It's something bad, but it's because she's gonna blow it out of proportion and think it's bad. So... whatever. So, I guess that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up then.
That's the update. And thank you guys for listening. And again, that's the end of the chapter for that. Unless I have another friend who wants to, I don't have a lot of friends like that.
Girl, we know.
Especially not that I hang out with.
We know.
I have some good friends that I talk to. And I guess I could hang out with them at some point if I wanted to. But, I mean, I find, a lot of people just really like to just talk online with each other. Or, over WhatsApp or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So...
oh, yes, I'm also about to yawn.
I guess that's it. So, thanks for listening, guys. And I'll see you in the future.
I am obsessed that, the start of that video, she's like, I have lots of friends. Y'all just don't believe me when I tell you I have lots of friends. And by the end of the video, she's like, well, I don't have a lot of friends, and I mostly just talk to them on WhatsApp. But, like, I have friends. I could meet up with them if I wanted. It's like she has a concept of a friend, like Amberlynn has the concept of a therapist. Like, please be fucking serious. Anyways, that concludes the story. I don't think she has posted anything more about this friend. So there's that. I guess stay tuned for more updates about her cat. I'm sure she will inevitably end up talking about that again. That's all we got, folks. So thanks so much for hanging out today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I love you all so, so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!